What if eating too fast could get you banned from dessert forever? Meet Oliver, the fastest eater in the world. Oliver didn't just eat dinner, he defeated it. If food landed on Oliver's plate, it knew one thing. This was not a long visit. Spaghetti? Gone. Rice? Disappeared. Mashed potatoes? Vanished without a goodbye. Oliver ate so fast that forks barely touched the plate. His hands moved like lightning, his jaw worked like a machine, and his eyes stayed locked on the food as if it might try to escape. To Oliver, dinner wasn't a meal, it was a race, and Oliver always came in first place. But speed was only half the problem. Oliver believed eating was something you should do while doing everything else at the same time. His legs bounced under the table, tap, 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 tap. His chair wobbled. The table shook. Water in his glass formed tiny waves like a stormy sea, and his mouth, it never closed. Oliver talked while chewing. He laughed while swallowing. He told stories while food was still doing cartwheels inside his mouth. And then, crunch, Timmy kicked the ball, slurp, and it went splat into the bush. A pea flew across the table, bounced once, twice, and landed in Dad's water glass.
Oliver,
Mum sighed. Oliver, your mouth is not a drive-through. I'm just munch excited, Oliver said, spraying breadcrumbs like tiny fireworks. Dinner at Oliver's house sounded like this: clang, slurp, tap, tap, splash. The table survived. Barely. His parents tried everything. They tried the eat slowly rule. Oliver finished first. They tried the quiet dinner game. Oliver whispered very loudly. They tried the sit still challenge. The chair lost. Oliver wasn't being naughty, he just had too much energy, too many thoughts, and way too much excitement about food. To Oliver, food was amazing. Why chew slowly when there were bites waiting? Why sit still when your legs wanted to dance? Why stay quiet when your brain had a million important things to say, like why dinosaurs would make terrible babysitters? Every dinner felt like a party, a loud, bouncy, messy party. And then, one afternoon, something big happened. The mail arrived with a soft thump. Mum picked up a shiny golden envelope and froze. Dad leaned in, his eyes widened. "Oh no," Dad whispered. That's the invitation, Mum said. Oliver looked up. Invitation to what? The Grand Harvest Banquet. Mum said slowly. At Great Aunt Gertrude's house. Oliver's eyes sparkled. A banquet with lots of food? Yes, Mum said carefully. Dessert?
Yes.
Yes. Chocolate souffle? Yes. 3 kinds of ice cream? Yes, Dad added quietly. Oliver jumped up and danced, but Mum and Dad didn't smile, because Great Aunt Gertrude was legendary. Her house smelled like lavender and old books. Her floors shined. Her spoons lined up perfectly. Her chairs didn't squeak. At Aunt Gertrude's table, rules were rules. Talking with food in your mouth? Unthinkable. Wiggling? Illegal. Dad whispered, if Oliver does his spaghetti tornado routine there, we'll be banned forever. Oliver froze. Like, no dessert? Mum nodded. No manners, no banquet. Oliver looked at the golden envelope, at the imaginary ice cream melting in his mind. This was serious. I can do it, Oliver said. Dad smiled. All right then. Starting Monday, Oliver began manna training. Monday, Dad placed cereal in front of Oliver and a stopwatch on the table. You eat like a rocket, Dad said. Today, we install a speed limit. Oliver used a tiny spoon, 3 flakes at a time. He chewed. He waited. Something strange happened. Hey, Oliver said slowly, this cereal actually tastes sweet. That's flavor, Dad said. It's been there the whole time. Tuesday, Mum placed an uncooked egg on Oliver's lap. Statue challenge, she said. Oliver stayed still. The egg didn't fall. When I don't move, the food tastes better, Oliver realized. Wednesday, no talking with food in his mouth. Park, chew, swallow, talk. People understood him. People laughed. Friday, dress rehearsal dinner. Napkin on lap, feet flat, small bites. Banquet day arrived. Oliver sat tall. He ate calmly. Aunt Gertrude leaned over and smiled. "You eat like a gentleman, Oliver." Oliver grinned. On the way home, Dad said, "Proud of you." Oliver nodded. "Manners are for the table," he said. "And being a kid?" Mum asked. Oliver grinned. "That's for everywhere else." Let's think together. Question 1. Why did Oliver use a tiny spoon? Answer: to practice the speed limit rule and take small bites. Question 2. Why did Mum put an egg on Oliver's lap? To help him stay still during the statue challenge. Question 3. What did Oliver learn when he slowed down? Food tastes better and people listen better when you use good manners. This week, try eating slowly like Oliver. Take small bites, keep your feet still, and see if your food tastes even better. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back for our next adventure. See you next time.